Hello, this is Mr. Kieffer again. We're going to work on assembling all the puzzle pieces that we've made to form a puzzle cube. And it should be fun and interesting. This will be a little more challenging maybe than some of the other things we've done, but we're going to go ahead and try to tackle it. I think it'll be good to be challenged to another level. So we're going to go ahead and click on Tinkercad here. And I did not log out the last time, so it should pop me right back into where I need to be. And it is interesting that we have now all the pieces done. And the challenge then is, how do we assemble those pieces using the computer or using Tinkercad in our case? How do you actually put those together? And I believe it makes a ton of sense. There's different ways of doing this. I mean, you could start with whatever piece you want to start with, but I think I'll probably be starting with this red piece, and then we'll just, go from there. We'll add one thing to the next. But I do want to create a new design, and then I will be pulling in these other pieces by copying and pasting them. There may be a better way, but this is the way that I know, at least right now. And I think it's great. Basically, we just got to get them on the grid and then move them into place. Some of them we may need to lift up a little bit to get them at the right level, the right height. And so here we go. I want to, we'll just change the name on this to, let's see, Puzzle Cube. And yep, let's just go ahead and save that. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is I do want to change that grid. And that I have a tendency to get too fired up and get going too fast. But when we open it back up, then we will save that grid. So what I want to do is I'm going to open up the red piece. And then what we'll want to do is we'll actually want to tinker this. And the internet is working pretty fast, but I believe the Chromebook is what's slowing down the process. Okay, so what I want to do is come up to this. Well, here, let's click on the object. And then we will want to copy that. And then we will go back to where we were before. We'll save what we have there. But we've copied it now, so we should be able to open up the other one that we got started, the puzzle cube, and we'll place it right in there. But before we do open it back up, what we want to do, well, we'll just click right here. This is basically a blank screen. We do want to, we'll tinker that. We want to make sure it's in inches, because if we try to mix it with millimeters, that could be disastrous. No, it's not going to be that bad, but it probably won't work. One thing nice about working with Tinkercad and things on the computer is that you can always just redo it or change it, and it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it just requires a little more work, but work is okay. I never really hurt anybody. So we'll update this grid to inches. And then what I want to do is just go to paste and see if it'll actually paste it down on the screen. And it does. This is awesome. So this is what we're getting started. We're on we've got a good start going. I am going to click on the bottom, and I want to make sure we're in the ortho switch to flat view. Yes, we do want to do that. Now we're going to hone in and make sure that this piece is on the grid, and it is. I just moved it just to make sure that it was on the grid. I'm going to bend this back just a little bit so I can see it a little bit better. Okay, and so that's good. And so we're off to a great start. Let's just hit home here. And we've got one piece on there. And let's just go ahead and kind of move that piece off to one side. And then what we're going to do is save it. And then we're going to go pick up the green piece. So this is in the process of saving what we've done so far. And it does take a little bit of time going between the drawings and copying and pasting them. If I was working on my PC, it would be a faster process, but I am not because I have to use this in order to do a video. So I'm going to open up the green piece. We're going to tinker it, and then we're going to copy it just like we did before. And this is a process. We'll keep doing this one piece at a time. As soon as it comes up, then we will click on it, and we will make a copy of it, and then we'll save it, go back to saving it, and then we'll open up the other piece. The fun thing is actually connecting the pieces together. That's when it gets fun. Right now, we're just in the process of getting the pieces onto the same, platform, if you will, or same plane. So we'll go ahead and open up the puzzle cube. And we'll tinker that. And then we'll paste the new piece down onto the same plane. So what we're working on, basically, we have this piece, and then we're going to put those two pieces together like that. See how they fit together? Just like that. That's what we're attempting to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste. Well, first I want to hit home here. There we go. Let's go ahead and paste. And there it is. So we do want to make sure that we are on the grid for each piece. So we'll go bottom, we'll zoom in on that, and we'll make sure we're on the grid. Yep, we're on the grid, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and flip that around. Now, it looks as though the way that landed, and you may have to do this differently, but these little arrows, they help you to turn the piece in the right direction. So I'm going to click right here, and then I'm going to click on this number. I'm going to go put in 90 and see where that ends up. Okay, we're close, but no cigar, I guess you could say. We still want to go another 90 degrees and hit enter. And now it does look like we won't have to do much more other than just slide that into place. So let's click on the part and work our way. There we go. If you go too far, you can see it doesn't look right. There we go. And you can kind of zoom in on that, and you can see that what we have looks just like this here. Whoop, my light just went off. It has a tendency to do that. Okay, so the next piece that we want to work on is the yellow piece. So what we're going to do is connect this yellow piece right into here like that. So you can see how the yellow piece just goes right around like that. And so that's the next piece that we're going to pull into this. So we'll save what we've done. And we will go and get that yellow piece. So we've got two done. We're almost halfway. All right, where's that? Yeah, there it is. We'll open that up. We'll want to tinker that. And then we'll copy it as soon as it pops up on the screen. And then when we're going through some of these processes, if you want to fast forward it, feel free to do that, because once you learn how to copy and paste, it's really not that hard to do. So you choose the object, and then you copy it, and then you save it. And it goes back to that. Then we'll open up our cube again, and we'll tinker it. Okay, here's our puzzle cube. We're making progress. Click on that. We'll tinker it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that where we need it. And we will go up to paste. And hopefully that yellow piece will show up, and it does. So we'll pull it a little ways away from there. Okay, so first of all, I do want to make sure that it is on the grid, because if it's not, then we're going to have problems. So we'll want to make sure that it's on the grid. We'll click on the bottom, and I'm going to grab it just to move it a little bit so I can be certain it is on the grid. There it is. That looks good. And we'll flip it back around. And now we want to be able to put this piece around this part that's sticking up. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to turn it. Let's see. Let me get a little bit different angle so I can. So it looks as though if we turn it this way, click right there, click on the 0, and if we go 90 degrees and hit enter, it should have, wait, let's try this again and go a negative 180 and hit enter and see what that does. Okay, well, that gets us closer. Let's go here, let's go here, and let's go a negative 90 and hit enter. Let's try it again. Let's go 90. Okay, so I'm not sure how that worked out like that, but I just keep turning it till I get it so it lines up. But now you can see how this piece will, that missing piece will just wrap right around here. The problem right now is it's at the same height, and what we need for it to do is actually to go up 3/4 of an inch, so it's on the same plane right here. And so one way to do that is to use this ruler and then click on the part it says 0 right here. I think that's the one where we want to go 0.75 to get that to go up. And there it is. So it went up, and that's good. So now we just want to go ahead and move that into the right position. And that looks good right there. And we can get rid of the ruler by hitting escape. Click on the ruler again, then hit escape. And now we really only have just 2 more pieces left. We have the blue piece that's going to, if you notice, it has a slot like that. It's going to slide right into that slot, just like that. See, this is going to go right down and into that slot like that. And you can see it has, this is probably the most difficult one to do. And so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. So let me go ahead, and I think I'm going to stop this recording, and then we'll start a second recording in just a minute. So we'll stop it now, and we'll start the next recording. Just click on the next one right below.